So Elon Musk just lost a lawsuit against OpenAI, but here's the thing, the court never actually decided whether he was right about what he was accusing them of.
Wait, what do you mean they never decided? There was a verdict, right? Like, the jury ruled against him.
Okay, so technically yes, but it's way more complicated than that. The jury actually served in an advisory capacity only. The judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers is the one who made the final ruling, and she threw out the case on a technicality. Musk filed too late. The statute of limitations had already passed.
So the judge basically said, "You're right, but you waited too long to sue, so we're not even going to look at whether you were right." Is that it?
Exactly. And here's what really shows how little the jury actually engaged with the substance. They deliberated for 2 hours. 2 hours. After almost a month of testimony from Sam Altman, Greg Brockman, Satya Nadella from Microsoft, all these major figures in tech. 2 hours and they're done.
That's wild. So what was Musk actually trying to prove?
He was arguing that OpenAI stole a charity. Literally. He said the organization was founded as a nonprofit with a mission to develop AI for the benefit of humanity. And then Sam Altman and Greg Brockman converted it into a for-profit machine that benefited Microsoft and the executives running it.
Okay, so that's a pretty serious accusation. Did the jury ever get to decide if that was true?
No. The judge dismissed the case before they could really weigh in on the substance. They were never asked to evaluate whether Altman and Brockman actually betrayed the nonprofit mission. The lawsuit was about stuff that allegedly happened before 2018, before Musk left OpenAI's board, and California law says you can't sue that late.
So technically the legal system worked, but practically speaking, we got no answers about whether one of the most important companies in AI is actually living up to what it promised.
Right. Microsoft has put over $13 billion into OpenAI since then. That relationship is basically baked into everything OpenAI does now. But the court never examined whether any of that violated OpenAI's original mandate.
That seems like it should matter though, especially now when people are concerned about AI governance and whether the companies building these systems can be trusted.
Exactly. And it gets worse because during the trial, both Musk and Altman kind of destroyed their own credibility. Musk's attorney grilled Altman on whether statements he made during congressional testimony were even truthful. And Altman pushed back by basically saying Musk just wanted to control AI development personally.
So they both came out looking bad.
Completely. The supporting testimony from Nadella and Brockman and everyone else didn't really restore confidence either. What you end up with is a month of high-profile people accusing each other of dishonesty and self-dealing. And then the court just dismisses the whole thing on a procedural technicality without ever finding whether any of it was true.
That's got to erode public trust even more, right? People are already skeptical of big tech and AI companies, and now they see this sector's most prominent founders fighting in court and nobody getting any real answers.
Yeah, and Musk's attorneys already announced they're appealing. The judge warned them she'd dismiss the appeal on the spot, but the legal fight isn't over. The real problem, though, is bigger than this one lawsuit. We have no real mechanism to hold OpenAI accountable for whether it's living up to its founding mission.
So what does that mean going forward? How do regulators or the public even know if these AI companies are being truthful about what they're doing?
That's the million-dollar question, and honestly this trial didn't answer it. The legal system punted on the actual substantive questions. And when you combine that with the credibility damage both sides took, you're left with this huge trust gap. Policymakers need to figure out who actually governs AI development if the courts aren't going to adjudicate these kinds of disputes.
So basically everyone involved looks questionable now, and we still don't know if OpenAI is actually doing what it said it would do.
That's the takeaway. We got a verdict, but we got no answers. If you want to dig deeper into what actually happened in that courtroom and what it means for AI governance, check out the full article at newslet.com.